All connected, we are whole. Good morning and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church in Eugene. Friends on Zoom and friends here in the sanctuary, it is so good to be together. My name is Susan Goes and I have the honor of serving as your worship associate this morning. I use she, her pronouns, and for those of you who would benefit from a visual description, I am a white woman with long, straight brown hair, wearing teal-speckled glasses and a navy and white floral dress. I now would like to invite Medley up to light our chalice this morning. As they do so, I share these words by Katie Savani Gelfand. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with hands of compassion and generosity. In the authentic and gentle manner of our connections, we cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways in which we nourish and uplift each other, for it is the sharing of this hallowed time that strengthens us and sustains us. And now let us say together the words of our mission. There we go. Empowered by love, we transform ourselves and serve our world.
Howdy, friends. My name is Zephyr Burton. I'm a middle-aged white guy with long hair and a beard. My pronouns are he and him, and I'm wearing this fine paisley button-down shirt and denims. I'm privileged to be your worship leader on this special day. Today we celebrate Lunisad, the first harvest. This day is celebrated with fresh bread and fruits of the season. Today we express our gratitude for the bounty of the earth. A story first presented to me in Paul Repp's anthology, Zen Flesh, Zen Bones, tells of a university professor who visits a Zen master to inquire about Zen. The Zen master poured tea into his visitor's cup until it was full, and then kept pouring. The professor watched in shock before retorting, "It's overfull, no more can go in." The Zen master said, "Like this cup, you are so full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" Today we celebrate an earth that wants to give you so much. Can you set aside your burdens long enough to accept any of it? Join us today as we appreciate the bounty of the earth. Come and discover what's been offered. Come, let us worship together. Well, hello, friends. I invite you to relax into your seat and take a deep breath. Allow yourself to settle into a comfortable posture, hands relaxed, feet relaxed. Without looking, I want you to think about your feet. Are they sore? Are your shoes comfortable? Could you walk to Dutch Brothers in those shoes? What if I was buying the coffee? Take a deep breath like you just took off your shoes. Imagine how much more comfortable your feet would be. Imagine your toes relaxing, the arches in your feet relaxing. The feeling spreads around your heels and relaxes your calves. And with each deep breath you take, this feeling of relaxation spreads upward through your body. Your thighs relax and send a gentle release through your body. Take another deep breath now and your back unfurls its tension and stress from the bottom up. Your shoulders and arms relax. Your hands and fingers relax. Take a deep breath, and your neck unkinks and loosens up, and the muscles around your head and scalp relax as you breathe deeply. Now think of a place outside where you can go to feel yourself away from daily cares and really relax for a while. Don't think about getting there, just imagine being there now. The most comfortable, relaxing situation possible. I'm in a beach chair, watching the tide come in over hours. Maybe you're in a field or near a river, on a mountain, in a desert. Try to picture this scene in your mind as clearly as you can. Think of every detail and try to experience it. If things get hazy, take a deep breath. Enjoy this moment. Moments like calm like this are less frequent than they ought to be. This ought to be our baseline. We don't think about all the stress we carry around with us. It starts with the little reminders. Be sure to do this. Don't forget about that. And pretty soon we're each hauling around the weight of the world. It just takes a minute to sit and breathe. If you have to tell yourself to relax, do it. Give yourself permission to relax. Note that when you're carrying the weight of the world, you cannot carry another thing, even if that thing is something good, even if it's something you need. We always get hung up on our obligations, and we so rarely remember to take care of ourselves. Try this. The next time the world offers you something, instead of rejecting it and moving on, stop. Set down your burdens. Then fully accept what you've been offered. Accept when you've been offered help. Accept when you've been offered friendship. Accept when you've been offered food, or music, or beauty, or joy. You need all of these things in your life. Let time stop for a moment. Relax and focus on the here and now. Stop and fully accept what you've been offered. As we come out of this moment of calm clarity, keep your burdens set aside for a moment. Instead, open your eyes and look around you at the people here with you now. If you are joining on Zoom, use your imagination to picture all of us smiling with you as our love and our friendship with you is sincere. Each and every one is here because we wish to offer and share friendship. Look at the people around you now and share a smile and a kind word. Fully accept the gift you have been offered.
Good morning. I'm Catherine Smith. I'm an elder white female wearing a white outfit in honor of the Druids and a red scarf for Lou. In a time of widespread fire in our landscape, fire out of control, is it amiss to honor fire energy in this heat of summer? It is the natural order for light to precede heat. Burning heat, passionate heat, fuel heat, destructive heat. At this time of Lunasa, it is time to honor the inner heat and light as well. The strength of your inner fire, your outer experience as warriors, herders, growers, thinkers to keep the fire of blazing under control as we harvest. Lu of the long hand, a name for a blazing spear from his forearm. He was a master warrior, a craftsman, a lover, a co-creator in a world following the primitive monsters and tales of the Celtic world emerging across Europe and the Alps. Lunasa is a feast of Lu, and it became Lammas, honoring bread and the first harvest. In some lands, Lu's marriage with the earth was celebrated with tribal oaths and love promises and trading and fairs. So now in this green river basin that we live in, which is presently threatened by many fires, let us remember our own spiritual power. Take up our hands, our energies. Let us marshal our energies, our hands, our heads, our hearts, to rein in and turn fire into creative solutions, into healing, into control of destructive energy, with mindfulness, with watchfulness. In many tales, Lu is a god who helps heroes. So now let your own heroic, fiery light be in tune to channel personal and group firepower. Bless you all, and bless your harvest of light.
Happy Lunaside, everyone! It's the time of year we celebrate first harvest. This is a holy day for pagans, but I'll admit, the holiday's kind of niche, even for pagans. Just as there are Christians who only really appear at church on the major two holidays, there are many pagans who only make note of Beltane and Samhain. So often, Imbolg and Lunasad just don't get the same love. There's no Charlie Brown special for Lunasad. No rose parades for Lu. There's really no expectation for anyone to know what any of this is. For hundreds of millions of years, this planet has generated living, active, and interactive organisms. From the first, the patterns of life were tied to the rising and setting of the sun and the annual cycles of changing day lengths. As life moved out of the oceans, the patterns of climate in different regions became another complex cycle that manipulated life patterns. As different forms of life emerged, they too created cycles that impacted the life patterns around them. Complex, interwoven, natural cycles such as these have driven a self-sustaining cycle that has fed and nurtured all of life from the beginning of time. We are the beneficiaries of the most robust set of self-sustaining cycles and patterns ever developed over millions of years of real-world testing. And we ignore them. We have a clock that ignores the sun, which we arbitrarily adjust twice a year. We have allowed our calendar to fall out of date such that the official beginning of a season is now about 3 weeks off the meteorological start. And the grocery store down the street sells fresh seasonal fruit year-round. We will discuss election season, baseball season, episodic TV season, but we don't spend much time considering the changes in the meteorological seasons except to complain about the dwindling daytime or decide when it's time to take the winter clothes out of storage. Why on earth would we imagine that it's important or that it matters if it's summer or fall otherwise? I know how quickly industrialization shifted our country's cultures from predominantly agrarian to urban because all of my grandparents were farmers and none of my grandparents were. Since that time, our cultural connection to the earth and the sun has been lost. The sun and earth once taught us from an early age great wisdom that guided our hearts and our minds, but today it has been largely forgotten. But it's important to remember the natural cycles. They are necessary and needed. They don't just exist to tie the holidays together. Our bodies wait for signals from the sun and the earth to tell it to prepare for the summer and the winter. And without these cues, our bodies aren't prepared. When the seasons change, it's like getting whomped by a bus. I'm not ready, we say. The Wiccan calendar has a holiday for each of the solstices and the equinoxes, where our Western calendar marks the beginning of each season. And then there are 4 more holidays halfway between the solar transit dates. Lughnasadh corresponds with the other mid-transit dates like Beltane, Imbolc, and Samhain. Each holy day in the Wiccan seasonal calendar marks a step in the phases of the varying cycles of the universe and attempts to coordinate the needed energies of the season. The rituals, the stories, and the traditions help to mark the passage of time, not just to remember the past, but to plan for the future. Our CUPS group will be holding a Lughnasadh circle after service, and you are all welcome to join us as we mark the day together. Through that door. Lou reminds us today that it is time to take action after the planning and preparations of the prior seasons and take our first harvest. First harvest is the traditional meaning of this day, as this is when the fruits born in early spring ripen for picking. It is a time for gratitude, a time to nourish the body and the soul, a time to take stock at the peak of the year how energies will be spent through the rest of it. Even Catholics celebrate this time in gratitude for the bounty of the earth. But unlike autumn, we are not looking for things to slow down measurably quite yet. The busiest part is yet to come. We are simply at the beginning of the harvesting phase. The constant march of the sun is evident on any farm in a way it can simply never be inside an office or an apartment. It's so easy to forget when you live in town. Why should it even matter to us then? Have you seen the news lately? Do you watch the goings-on in the world with a mixture of shock and nausea? The chaos isn't going to stop on equinox. We're going to need stamina and energy to stand and fight, but it's so easy to become overwhelmed, to look away, to shut down. Some days I can do nothing but cry. The seasonal calendar reminds us that we need to tend our inner fire. The ravages of climate change are upon us, and while we here in Eugene may have been spared so far this summer, fires and floods have made this a deadly season for many, and next summer could be really bad. I can't count on the Willamette River Valley escaping next time. We're going to have to start planning now for this time next year, and the seasonal calendar helps us keep our focus directed even as climate goes off the rails. Lughnasadh posits that the current time, peak summer, with its great heat and life-bearing light at its maximum, is like a great warrior who guides the people. This holiday honors Lugh, jack of all trades, not just focused on battle, but attentive to community and family, health and home, because he knew that battles are won in the weeks and months of preparation beforehand. He knew he had to plan and time his effort and coordinate with others, so that when time came to meet in battle, he already had everything he needed. You may not be called to be a warrior in battle, but it's clear that battles are being fought. We bring our energies, our ideals of universal love and infinite acceptance as we face the inequities of the world together as a community. The power of the invincible sun at its peak burns away confusion and corruption, shining its purifying light into the darkness. May the power of the summer sun at its peak fill you with light and strength, hope, energy, and direction, so that each of you becomes an agent for love, illuminating the world with the light from your hearts. It's the time of first fruits. They're waiting for you. There's a lot of unpleasant stuff going on in the world right now, and you need first fruits to restore your strength. If you've been paying any attention at all, it's reasonable to be sad, hurt, despondent. You need this to heal your soul. It's not just sweet fruit and fresh bread you eat. It's the spark of life, unconditional love, and burning passion between the earth and the sun in every juicy berry. Pour this into your soul and let it fill you. Let it fill you to heal your heart so that you can be of service to yourself. Let it fill your cup so you can be of service to others. There is much to do, and you will quickly overwhelm if you are not well supplied. Take this, eat it. It was given to you by the earth. The earth has given to hominids everything we have needed to reproduce and evolve for 3 million years. And our sapiens iteration has only been here a tenth as long, but we've already dominated every continent and walked on the moon. This has only been possible because the earth provided us everything we needed. But today we live isolated from the sun, the earth, and from each other. And it's not always obvious that what we need has been set out. Unless you live close to the earth, it can be a real challenge to know when to take it. The cycle of seasonal festivals exists to remind us where we are, to show us where we've been, and to point us to where we're going. The seasons themselves tell us what to do. This is Lunazad. Embrace the summer. Sit with me under the sun with our bare feet in the grass and a cool breeze in our face. And we can feel the vibration of a living world together. Let us taste the first fruits together in joy and gratitude. Do you not know where to look? Ask me, I will show you. The earth wants to feed you. She has spent all spring and summer busily making these fruits for you. No factory generated this packaging. No mill ground the sweetness from organic crops. No chemist added the flavor. No data center was used to select the location on the stem. The very same process that began with the Big Bang and resulted in your creation, and your creation, and your creation, has also created every berry on every bush. Know that every berry you will ever eat is made of the same spark and stardust that made you. It's here for you now because you are here now. The earth wants to feed you. She is offering sweet food to you. It's that time of year. Did you notice? Berries on the vine, berries in the bush, cherries in the tree. Let that sweetness in. Let the light of life fill you with joy and peace and wonder and awe. It's that time of year when we celebrate first harvest. Happy Lunazad. may extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. I give you these words from Dr. Rebecca Savage. Rejoice, rejoice with full hearts, beloved people of blessing, rejoice. May this time of worship celebrate what we know at our core. Blessings are real and ours to claim and radiate. Blessings are abundant and ours to revel in and pass along. Blessings are transformational and ours to be challenged by as we grow towards the faith we know we can be. Rejoice! Go in peace, everyone. Go in love.